WiseFlow is an online platform for the management of written and oral exams without the need for paper or any kind of physical distribution. The platform is accessible 24/7 and is supported by all major browsers and operating systems and requires no pre-installed software. WiseFlow is linked through numerous single sign-on authentication mechanisms, so users can be set to use their normal institutional username and password. But WiseFlow is more than just paperless. WiseFlow handles all aspects of an exam and provides a single point of entry for the participant, the assessor, and the exams administrator. Participants are given access to the examination data and can participate in the exam or hand in their work, which will be accessible to the relevant assessors after the exam deadline. The assessors can read or comment on participation or the exam work of the participants directly on the platform and make their final assessment and, if they wish, share their comments with the participants. The exams administrator sets up and administers the exam. Once this is done, WiseFlow automatically manages deadlines and access rights throughout the exam flow. In the following, we are going to see an example of how to manage a written take-home exam with WiseFlow, as it looks for the 3 different user types involved. The process and exam flow will overall be similar had it been an on-site exam, an oral exam, a multiple-choice exam, or a combination of them. The exams administrator. WiseFlow is built for integration with the student information system of the institution, which normally handles exams and exam entries, but can also work as a standalone. As exams administrator, we set up an exam in WiseFlow by entering the given code for the exam. All available data are then automatically transferred. From here we can appropriate necessary data, i.e. define start and stop time for the exam or closing time for the assessor's assessment period. These settings subsequently ensure that the exam papers are made available automatically at the start of the exam, that the hand-in of participant work is no longer possible after the closing time, and that participant work is made accessible to the assessors in the given period. We can choose for the internal assessor to provide the exam paper and appendix material for the exam, or we can, as administrator, do this task ourselves. For this particular exam, the participants will be provided with an exam paper and a video clip at the beginning of the exam. Both are uploaded under General Exam Papers. We can also prompt the participants for additional information for the official front page that the participant has to fill in when handing in his or her work. The official front is automatically attached to every paper the participant hands in. As administrator, we can also set dispensation in time for specific participants, or decide whether late hand-in is possible. As an administrator, we can also assign internal assessors and external assessors to the exam, and assign them to individual participants if wished, or spread evenly by default. Likewise, we can provide specific data or files only for the assessors, such as links to study program or an assessment instruction. At any time, we can get an overview of the exam. We can see the various settings or get info on which task needs our attention. When all tasks are done, we can activate the exam and thereby automatically notify both participants and assessors on the exam. The participants. We are now logged into WiseFlow as one of the participants registered for the take-home exam just set up and activated a moment ago. The exam appears on the overview screen, but since we have not reached the start time of the exam paper cannot be accessed. If we fast forward a bit, we can see that as soon as the start time is reached, the exam paper becomes accessible. Hereby, we can read the exam paper and see that the task is to analyze a video clip that can be found under Appendix Material. The video clip can be viewed directly from within WiseFlow. When we have finished writing our assignment, we once again access the exam in WiseFlow in order to hand it in. we enter the information asked for to the official front page and upload our paper plus any appendix material. The paper must be submitted as a PDF file. This ensures that contents and layout are not changed, but there are no restrictions on the format of the additional material. All file and document formats are accepted. When the front page information has been provided and the paper and appendix material has been uploaded, we can click Submit. As long as the submission deadline is open, we have the option to withdraw our hand-in. But once the deadline has been reached, it is no longer possible to upload files and change the information on the front page. After submitting, we get a receipt, which is our guarantee that our work has been submitted on time. Had this exam been an on-site exam with a non- or limited access to resources like the Internet, personal notes, or computer programs, it could have been set up as a flow lock exam. By accessing the exam, the participant would then be prompted to enter through the flow lock software that locks down unwanted processes like Skype, Messenger, etc. on the participant's computer and prohibits the participant from accessing anything else than the given exam. Inside FlowLock, the participant can see the general assignment, write his or her exam paper, and upload photos of FX handwritten notes, calculation, or charts. From within FlowLock, the participant can see time left, get an overview of own writing, and make sure that the automatic saving process is in place. If not, the participant can always store a local encrypted copy for later upload. Proctor Passwords ensures that only the participant present can access the exam on site and hand it in on site as well, as the exam administrator, also in situ, can follow the exam process and see log details. By handing in the exam paper, the participant also exits FlowLock and is returned to the exam overview in WiseFlow. The exam work has been submitted on time. This can be seen on our exam overview. The exam's administrator can also follow the exam in her own overview and thereby see who and how many have handed in already. The assessor. When the submission deadline has been reached, the work submitted by participants is passed on to the assigned assessors. We are now logged into WiseFlow as the assessor assigned to the participant whose work was just submitted. In our exam overview, we can see that there are submissions ready in this particular exam. By opening the exam, we are provided with all necessary information in order to start assessing the exam. We can see the assignment given to the participant, access material the exam's administrator has made available to us, and get a list of all the participants that we have been assigned to assess. We can see basic information about each participant, the official front page, and the names of the other assessors assigned to each participant. In addition, we get an indication in percentage of plagiarism in regards to each participant's work. If we want to investigate this further, we can open the Plagiarism Report. Using the built-in reader WiseFlow Annotate, we can immediately start reading participants' work directly on the platform without downloading it or the need for installing special software to read and comment on it. Our comments are stored automatically in WiseFlow, so they are easy to find and access later on. This way it is possible to assess participants' work from different computers and devices without worrying about having to move files or managing different versions of the same document. Standard annotations like highlighting of text, drawing, and insertion of notes, symbols, and latex formulas in the participant paper can be used in addition with written comments placed into the text, but additionally also written comments on the paper as a whole or the exam and all participants' work as a whole. WiseFlow Annotate provides a chronological list of one's annotations and thereby makes it easy to keep a track of them. In the same way, we have easy access to any appendix material handed in or the exam assignment in question. We can likewise search for specific words or adjust the paper view to our needs, as well as get a summary of all our comments and annotations. From the WiseFlow Annotate, we can also choose whether to share our comments with the participant or with other assessors. In this way, the WiseFlow provides us with a quick and simple way of giving participants feedback on their work. Comments that we share with a participant will be available to the participant when the assessment period has ended and all participants have received their final mark. When we are ready to grade or give the final assessment of the participant's work, we can do this directly in WiseFlow. We can also see if the other assessors have given their marks, so a final grade can be settled and stored. Our work as assessor is now finished, and the exams administrator can make sure that all work has been done and thereby close the exam in question for later archiving. The participant can now see her grade along with any comments that the assessors may have shared. Automatically, WiseFlow archives the exam, so it is possible to return to past exams and to reread papers and comments. This ends our introduction to the digital exam platform WiseFlow. If you have questions or want to get more information, please take a look at our website wiseflow.net, where you can find contact information and further documentation.